You've done what many people said was impossible, Jake. You've come here to the RDS and beaten Leinster. Has that sunk in yet?
Yeah, I was just saying earlier, it doesn't happen that often, so you've got to take it when you get it. And obviously very proud of the way we played. A lot of lessons we learned last time we played them at Aviva. And the lesson we learned is if you give them a good start, you're going to play catch-up rugby, and it's very difficult against them. So I suppose things went in our favour in that we got a bit of a lead. And then at half-time we started believing we could win, which is obviously always a fantastic thing to be in as a coach and a player when you're in the change room at half-time. And you get the sense that there's a bit of a belief there.
We talked beforehand about the Jake White stamp, the Jake White imprint, the kind of things you do when you coach, and Bob was giving us some insight in that regard. We saw a couple of tries in the first half, just that little bit of innovation. John was purring, saying, I've never seen that before, that sleight of hand at the back of the ruck.
Yeah, look, I must say that I've been, obviously, Bobby will know, coached a long time now, so you learn a couple of those things, and the coaching evolution changed as well. I coached in Japan, coached in France, and obviously coached at the Brumbies. So I think along the way, one of the things we worked hard on at the Bulls is the Bulls were probably well known for certain areas of the game which we do well. But if you can tweak it and bring a couple of new things in, it obviously adds a little bit of a dimension to our game. And that little switch pass try, from the tap penalty is obviously something that obviously makes me happy as well.
Jake, I've got to say thank you to you. You made me look like a genius because I said Jake's going to find a way to win. He's going to do some sleight of hand. He's going to fracture. But you all, and which was outstanding, and it's outstanding strategy and coaching from you and the staff. You have to say, though, a couple of your players really stood up.
Yeah, look, Bobby, I think obviously what happens, we were beaten convincingly in the first game against them, and we know, we saw what happened last week against Glasgow. If you don't get it right, coaches get fired, so... we were probably a bit of a fear factor, and we realised if you're not going to get up on your feet and defend, and then let them just keep the ball. So, it was outstanding. I thought Marcel was great tonight. Hooker Krubler played really well. And then, what I really enjoyed, Bob, is I put a lot of the juniors on off the bench as well, so they can experience what it's like. Because if we're going to continue in Europe, we're going to play Heineken Cup or Champions League or whatever, and they're going to have to learn this sort of atmosphere as well. So, Bob obviously very, very happy.
And last thing, you guys, have announced yourself, I think, to the European public, or European rugby watching public. You've got some new investors and a whole group of people who are putting some time and effort and money into what's happening in Pretoria. Has that been good to ride that wave and be part of that in the planning for going forward?
Exactly that. I think, Bob, I'm at the stage in my career now. I'm getting a bit older now, and it's quite nice to get to work, have bosses and funders that obviously back the team, and have to have Patrice and obviously Johan Rupert as our backers. Both love rugby, both love sport, and obviously when you get to work, obviously that whole vibe gets sort of pushed down to the players as well. So, look, we're in a great place. And as I speak, we know tomorrow we play in the Currie Cup. We get a home semi-final as well in that. So, things are going nicely at the Bulls.
Jake, just for me, what did you take from the La Rochelle game? Because Leinster are a ridiculously consistent team. They win most of their games here, but the blueprint, and we spoke about it, would have been that La Rochelle game. You guys must have studied that down to
well,
the final tee.
We did. I was just saying earlier, obviously I would have liked a 1,000-kilogram pack of forwards like them. And
you can't be far off.
We'll get there. We'll get there. A couple of Bulls guys. But I saw that. I think the thing that gave us belief is that La Rochelle showed that if you stay in the game till the death, you can win it. And that's probably what happened today. I know they scored in the last play of the game, but I just realised as long as we stay in the fight, we'll be okay. Once, as I repeat myself, once Leinster get a 10, 15-point start and they start a roll, it's very difficult to catch them. So, and I also think, I think it's like anything. When a team sees another team lose, you get the belief that, had they won the Champions Cup and, had that machine carried on rolling, it would have been much more difficult for us. So, we're obviously very fortunate.
We talked before the game, Jake, as well about areas that you need to target based on that La Rochelle kind of template, I suppose. One of the things we spoke about was messing up those rucks, slowing down Leinster's ruck speed, getting that back row trio and the likes of Bismarck off the bench to come in and make those turnovers, and targeting the line-out we spoke about, and you pinched quite a few there tonight.
Yes. Yeah, look, I think, as I said, you guys would understand there's a couple of ways. One is you've got to make sure you don't give them set piece. So we didn't try and kick out in the beginning of the game as well. We kept the ball in field. We found that one of the things they're very good at is all their little run-around plays, and their line-out's very good and efficient. And what they do from that is they create momentum. Second and third phase, very difficult to defend. So we decided we're going to keep the ball in field, give it to them, and see whether we can defend. And then slowly, as we started to kick the ball out, we started to turn their line-out over as well, which obviously helps as well. So. Yeah, I just thought Bismarck as well. I had a gut feeling today that he didn't play last week. I sort of didn't get him involved. I had a youngster involved, and I just got a feeling today that his presence, especially at the back end of the game, talking to the other players, maybe, controlling the scrums with the referee, I thought he did that outstandingly as well.
So quiet night in Dublin tonight then, is it?
Yeah, look, for me maybe because I'm getting a bit older, but I think these youngsters will obviously be in the town.
Well, I think they've deserved it. Jake, appreciate your time as
Thank
always.
you.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.